Se puede jugar fútbol, béisbol, básquetbol, ping pong, canicas y hasta la Barbie, pero no puedes jugar boxeo.
All right. Thank you very much to the media for joining us wherever you are around the world. We are 10 days away from the 8th Division World Champion, the Filipino Senator, Manny Pacquiao, as he will take on the WBA welterweight champion of the world, Yordenis Ugas, in an event that'll headline Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view next Saturday, August 21st, T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 Pacific time is when we go live on pay-per-view. Tickets are still available. You can visit t-mobilearena.com for ticket information and also axs.com. Saturday, August 21st, Pacquiao and Ugas is brought to you by MP Promotions and TGB Promotions. And obviously, it was originally supposed to be Manny Pacquiao against Errol Spence, but Errol Spence suffered an eye injury. We wish him a speedy recovery, and we anticipate Errol Spence back sooner rather than later. But due to the fact that Errol Spence has pulled out of the fight, thus insert Yordenis Ugas, the Cuban bronze medalist, who will put his WBA welterweight championship of the world on the line, a title, incidentally, in which that Manny Pacquiao won from Keith Thurman back in July of 2019. So now I know the event is brought to you by and promoted by MP Promotions and TGB Promotions. I spoke with the president of TGB Promotions, Mr. Tom Brown, who is very excited and thrilled to be able to promote another event of this magnitude with Manny Pacquiao and Yordenis Ugas. Now, Yordenis Ugas is the kind of fighter who's always craved an opportunity of this magnitude. Pacquiao is looking to win the title that he feels was unjustly taken from him by the WBA. But now together they collide next Saturday, August 21 in Las Vegas. For Yordenis Ugas, he spent 2 years away from the ring, returned in 2016. Since his return to the ring, he has gotten off and he's won 11 of his last 12. That only blemish coming a controversial decision at the hands of Sean Porter back in the spring of 2019. He trains under the guidance of Ismael Salas, and he's handed the first losses to the likes of Jamal James, Brian Perella, and also the very tough and durable Omar Figueroa Jr. Most recently, having defeated Abel Ramos in September of last year to capture a WBA title. He was elevated to super champion, and he will defend that championship on August 21st. He's from Santiago, Cuba, living in Miami, and trains in Las Vegas under the guidance of Ismael Salas with a record of 26 wins, 4 losses, a dozen of those coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Yordenis Ugas. Yordenis. Yordenis, how you feeling? ¿Cómo te sientes?
No, me siento bien, contento. Una gran oportunidad para pelear en un gran escenario y estoy muy feliz.
Martin?
I'm feeling great, super excited to fight on this big stage, ready to go.
All right, thank you very much, Yordenis Ugas. Now let's talk to the man who will be standing across the ring from him, the three-time Fighter of the Year, Boxing Writers Association Fighter of the Decade. What can we say about the 8th Division World Champion? He has been involved in memorable, legendary matchups over the past 20 plus years that have thrilled fight fans all over the world, amassing wins over 7 current and future Hall of Famers, ranging from the likes of Oscar De La Hoya, Ricky Hatton, Marco Antonio Barrera, Eric Morales, also Miguel Cotto, Shane Mosley, and Juan Manuel Marquez also being involved in one of the highest grossing prize fight of all time against Floyd Mayweather. In his most recent performance back in July of 2019, he picked up another Fight of the Year contender to his resume as he went ahead and dropped then unbeaten Keith Thurman in the first round on his way to a decision victory over Keith Thurman, handing him the first blemish on his dossier. His record, 62 wins, 7 losses, 2 draws, 39 wins coming by way of knockout. Even at the age of 42 years of age, this man is defying father time and wants to continue to fight at a high level. The Filipino senator from Sarangani province, Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Manny Pacquiao.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for this interview.
How are you feeling, Manny?
Very good. I'm ready for the fight.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to start off with a couple questions for Manny and your Dennis. Manny, for you, when they told you about the fact that Errol Spence pulled out of the fight, thus inserting your Dennis ÚGAS, I felt like it didn't take too long for the fight to get made. What went through your mind?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say I pray for his fast recovery of Errol Spence. Health is priority, is the most important thing, and also I think I did my best in training, preparation for this fight, work hard at the gym. So I'm so thankful that it's not my hard work in training is not wasted. It's there's ÚGAS who are willing to fight in challenge this August 21. So good thing I can show my hard work, what I did in training.
Jordanis, cuando te dijeron que todo iba a cambiar para esta pelea y que ibas a pelear contra Manny Pacquiao, ¿qué tan emocionado estabas por conseguir esa oportunidad de tener esa victoria que estamparía tu carrera y te permitiría comprobar todo lo que vos querés comprobar dentro del ring? ¿Cómo te sentiste cuando recibiste esa llamada?
No, bien emocionado. Ante todo, quiero desearle pronta recuperación a Spence, pero pueda recuperarse bien, pueda regresar en 100% de su salud. Ante todo, quería decirle eso. Y la pelea, estoy bien emocionado. Estoy peleando contra uno de los mejores peleadores de la historia. Mucho respeto. Y es hora de pelear. Va a pasar cuando uno enfrenta a uno de los peleadores que ha respetado toda la vida. Bien emocionado.
Thanks, Andrew. My first question is for Manny. Manny, can you explain to us how disappointing it was when you found out that Errol Spence was injured and not able to fight because you were so much looking forward to it?
You know, I'm not disappointed at all because my hard work in training is not wasted because your Danish ÚGAS is there, willing to fight and challenge for the WBA championship. So still there. I mean, but I'm praying for Errol Spence for his fast recovery. Most important thing is his health. We care for everybody.
Can you explain to us when you found out and when you found out that the opportunity to fight Manny presented itself? Had you already found out that Fabian Madonna had suffered a cut and was not able to fight? Can you take me through that process?
Bueno, contanos un poco de cómo fue toda la situación en la que te enteraste de todo lo que fue impredecible de esa situación, ¿no? Porque te enterás de que Pacquiao va a pelear contra vos, de que Spence está afuera, y además en ese momento te enteraste también de que Maidana estaba afuera por un corte. ¿Cómo fue todo eso en ese caos controlado para vos?
Sí, fue algo, cuando Spence, me dijeron que Spence sufrió una lesión, Maidana también sufrió una lesión. De todas formas, yo iba a estar listo para pelear, yo estaba listo para pelear esa noche, estaba entrenando para pelear esa noche. Y al decirme Pacquiao, eso fue el lunes en la noche, me dijeron lo que podía pasar y el martes salió el anuncio y la verdad fue todo muy, muy rápido. Llegué al gimnasio y todavía no estaba procesando todo y pero he estado acostumbrado así a tomar peleas con poco tiempo de antelación. Y pues soy un peleador y esto es lo que me gusta y lo que hago. Y estoy encantado por tener esta pelea.
Okay, great. I just have one more question for you, Dennis, and I'll turn it over to someone else. Can you just ask him, Martin, does he feel like by beating Pacquiao that he'll validate himself as the WBA champion because he was elevated into that spot?
¿Sentís que necesitas ganarle a Pacquiao para validar tu título de campeón, ya que de alguna manera fuiste elevado a ese título? Pero vos, ¿qué opinas al respecto?
Sí, me escucho. Oh.
Sí, te escuchamos.
No, pienso que lo que pasó, a mí me elevaron a campeón en enero. Pienso que el sábado 21, el que gana ahí es el verdadero campeón de la WBA. Y estoy contento con ese desafío tan grande.
Hi guys, good afternoon. It's a pleasure to talk with you. My question is for both. What are the complications of such an emblematic fight taking place 10 days from now? You have to adapt the way you train, your strategy.
In my side, I always consider myself a bipartisan boxer, and I like fighting right-handers and southpaws. So it's not a problem to me. I've been fighting with right-handed, so it's not going to be a problem. Thank you, Erika.
Bueno, thank you, Manny. Jordanis, la pregunta de Erika era, de ¿qué tanto te complica este cambio de último minuto en cuanto a la estrategia, a la preparación? Por ejemplo, Manny dijo que a él no lo complicó en lo más mínimo porque él está acostumbrado a pelear contra diestros y contra zurdos por igual. Pero en tu caso, ¿cómo te impactó este último momento?
Sí, es un problema de hacer los cambios. Como te digo, peleé hace 4 años en Mayweather, peleé con 10 días con Dulorme cuando Puedes se quitó. Después peleé con un día de antelación en un show de foto también. Estoy acostumbrado a peleé muchas peleas aficionado con derecho y zurdo. Esto es solamente hacerle un par de ajustes y seguimos adelante en la pelea.
All right, thank you very much, guys. Appreciate you doing this. I guess for Manny, if you had to sell this, if for the fans who were excited to see you fight Spence, and now there was an about face in your fight and the other guy, as a promoter, as a guy trying to sell the fight, to get your fans excited about this fight, what would you say? How would you promote this fight to the boxing fans out there who now have to get ready for a different fight?
What I can say to the fans is this fight is not an easy fight. ÚGAS is a champion. He took my belt, and we have to settle it inside the ring. You know, I never take him lightly for this ÚGAS fight, because ÚGAS is he's a kind of fighter that you cannot underestimate. So this is gonna be a good fight also. I mean, ÚGAS and Spence is similar in the same tall, so nothing changed. Just different style, southpaw and right-handed.
And then for ÚGAS, I'd like to just ask you kind of the question just on the opportunity that you have to fight a person like Manny Pacquiao, who has accomplished so much, and the opportunity to beat a guy like this. What does that mean to you?
Jordanis, ¿qué significa para vos el enfrentar a un campeón de la talla, del calibre de Manny Pacquiao?
Significa mucho, todo legado. Estoy aquí por mi legado, no tomo la pelea por dinero, estoy tomando la pelea por mi legado. Significa mucho tener todos los peleadores que ustedes tienen una oportunidad contra Manny Pacquiao. Yo la tengo ahora ahí, y esto es por mi legado, por mi historia, por mi país. Esto es una de las peleas más grandes de mi vida.
Hi, Manny. Hi, you're Dennis. First question's for Manny. Obviously, the WBA has made a lot of moves with the welterweight title, rescinding titles, elevating titles. Does that provide you any extra motivation going into this fight?
There's a lot of I mean, people around me and reason that motivate me to win this fight. So a lot of reason, but I will not say that reason. One thing is, of course, my family expecting me to win the fight, and the support of the fans, and of course the enjoyment of the fans who are going to watch in the arena.
You're Dennis. I know that a lot of people are going to be looking at you as the underdog in this fight. What would you say is your biggest weapon in this fight? And why should people be looking at you as not an underdog?
¿Por qué la gente no te debería ver como como que vas en Argentina decimos que vas de punto y no de banca, o sea, ¿por qué no te deberían considerar a alguien que va de menos? O sea, ¿por qué debería ser considerado el favorito?
No, soy un peleador que viene peleando, regresé hace 5 años. Hace 5 años subí a 147, tenía 15-3. Estaba peleado con lo mejor que se me ha puesto. Debía ser un campeón en el 2019 cuando me robaron la pelea con Puedes. Seguí peleando, gané el campeonato. Pacquiao estaba fuera del deporte y me elevaron a supercampeón. Soy un campeón. Siento, sí, Pacquiao es favorito. Tiene una gran historia. Yo soy un peleador que viene a ganarle y a sorprenderle el mundo esa noche.
Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate that. Or Dennis, my first question is for you, Martin. If you could ask him, he had a 2-year layoff between 2014 and 16 after he had suffered a couple of losses and then came back and moved up. And I wondered, first off, if he could just talk about a little bit what he was doing during the 2-year layoff in terms of his mentality of we would fight again. And if at that time, which I think was probably a low point in his career, you'd ever imagine that not only would have these types of opportunities, have a belt and, be fighting a legend like Manny Pacquiao.
Okay, so it's a 2-for-1 question, right? First, what he was doing, and then what it means to him, like to have this opportunity at this point in his career, correct?
Right. In other words, did he ever think at the time of that layoff, in that down time, that he could be back in this level of an event?
Bueno, Jordanis, contanos un poco lo que hiciste durante ese parate entre 2014 y 2016 y también si en aquel entonces te imaginabas que 5 años después estarías donde estás ahora, peleando contra Pacquiao por el título.
No, en 2014 tuve 2 derrotas, me fui para mi casa, tuve 2 años y medio fuera, haciendo otras cosas, tuve mi hijo, organicé y sabía que podía dar mucho. Yo pensé que iba a pelear con Pacquiao defendiendo un campeonato, eso nunca lo pasé, pero sí pensé que podía hacer mucho en el deporte. Y eso es lo que yo he hecho desde que regresé. Siento que he sido uno de los peleadores más activos y mejores peleadores en los últimos años.
Oh, very good. And I had a question also for Manny. Manny, it's good to talk to you. Manny, I know you addressed a little earlier Keith's question about the WBA situation, but I wonder, in any way, do you feel like this should be your title defense? I mean, you won the title against Thurman, and now they tell you you're not the actual WBA champion, and that it should, in fact, be a title defense for you, and does that in any way upset you, that technically you're the challenger here?
I think this fight is gonna be defined who's gonna hold the belts, and which is it's happened this way, so this is good. I mean, I'm so excited for this championship fight. I don't care if this is the champion or I'm the champion or no, but let's finish this fight first, and then we will see who's the title holder.
Okay, and if you win the fight, I don't even know if you realize this, when you beat Keith Thurman at age 40, you became the oldest fighter in the history of boxing to win a welterweight championship. Now that you're technically the challenger here, if you beat УГАS at age 42, you'll break your own record. What would that mean to you to have such another feather in your cap?
That's very good. That's very good, because I'm myself breaking my own record.
Yes, thank you so much. So Manny Pacquiao, this is another fight in your amazing career. What will you think that people want, what you would like for people to think about Manny Pacquiao, not only as a boxer, but in your personal life and career? What do you want people to remember you as?
The most important thing that I want people to remember me is Manny Pacquiao is a friendly, is a nice guy, and an inspiration to everyone, not only inside the ring but outside the ring as a human. Especially showing the love to each other and compassionate to each other. So that's one I want them to remember me. Not only in boxing.
Thank you. And for ÚGAS, me gustaría saber qué representa para la comunidad cubana ahora mismo tener a una figura de su país en estos tiempos que necesitan ese apoyo moral, espiritual, política, pelear con Manny Pacquiao. ¿Qué significa para ti y qué mensaje tú quisieras darle a la comunidad, no solamente del boxeo, sino a la comunidad cubana?
Sí, todo el mundo sabe que soy un peleador por los derechos de mi país. Soy un peleador contra la dictadura de mi país. Todo el mundo sabe que levanto mi voz muy alta contra eso todo el tiempo. Y esta pelea es una plataforma increíble para yo lanzar lo que tenemos los cubanos, que es patria y vida, y pedirle un mejor país, libertad para todos los presos políticos. Y esta pelea es una oportunidad increíble para esas cosas.
No, I'm not worried about that because it's happened that way that Yordenis ÚGAS is he's the undercard. So my case before is I wasn't in the undercard. I wasn't in the card, so I'm just a substitute on that fight. So I think this time around, I know ÚGAS is also prepared for this fight because he's undercard. So he's in training. Good. It's happened. You know, we cannot avoid it. What's happening right now.
Did you consider at any point canceling the fight altogether, or you did not want to waste any more time, or more importantly, a training camp at this point of your career?
Considering cancel the fight, yeah. I mean, if there's no ÚGAS in the undercard, there's no the same weight in my undercard. I think probably the fight will be canceled, but it happened that way. It's a good thing that ÚGAS is the same weight in welterweight division, and he's undercard. So it happened that there's an injury in our opponent. So why we don't fight each other? So to settle down, who's the WBA champion? So that's the question.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Manu. Our next question is going to come from Katia Castorena with ESPN Deportes. Katia, please unmute yourself and you can ask your question.
Thank you. First for Manny. Manny, it's been 25 months since we last saw you on the ring. So what can we expect from you, and how do you feel physically?
I'm excited. So excited for the coming fight on August 21. It's been a while that I didn't have a fight, so this is going to be exciting and can't wait.
Y Yordenis, ¿qué versión esperas de Manny también en el plano físico por el tema de la edad y por el tema de que hace poco más de 2 años desde la última vez que lo vimos arriba del ring?
¿Yordenis?
Sí.
¿Escuchaste la pregunta?
Sí, escuché. No, espero el mejor Manny Pacquiao. Me estoy preparando para el mejor Manny Pacquiao. Un peleador que siempre viene en la mejor forma, siempre ha dado grandes actuaciones y no puedo, es un error el que lo pueda subestimar. Un guerrero y viene y estoy preparado para el mejor Manny posible.
So Katia's question was what Yordenis expects out of Manny, considering the 25-month layoff between fights for him. And Yordenis said that underestimating Manny Pacquiao is absolutely out of the question. He's gonna be ready. I expect the best Manny Pacquiao to be out there on the ring, and that's my premise. I have prepared to face the best, to be the best.
Thank you.
Gracias, Katia.
All right, thank you, Katya. Our last question is going to come from Mark Lallenwala with Sporting News. Mark, please unmute yourself. You can ask your question.
Hey, Manny, because you've trained for Spence this entire time, and because of this late opponent change and ÚGAS's aggressive style, how dangerous of a fight is this for you?
I think the only adjustment that I'm going to make is for this fight is the southpaw and the right-handed. So that's the only thing, because Errol Spence is aggressive also, and ÚGAS is aggressive, so that's good. I mean, we can create more action in the ring. The fans will love it.
Thank you, Manny. And ÚGAS, Dennis, I'd like to pose a similar question to you. On such short notice, how much of a threat can you pose to Manny with your style?
Bueno, la pregunta de Mark es, ¿qué tan amenazador, qué tanto te consideras como amenaza para Manny Pacquiao con tu estilo, considerando que también esta pelea es de último minuto?
Dime la parte final.
O sea, considerando que esta pelea es de último minuto, ¿qué tan peligroso te consideras para Manny? Con tu estilo, además, tu estilo agresivo. Manny decía recién que él, vos seas agresivo, de la misma manera que él esperaba que Spence sea agresivo.
Bueno, yo soy un peleador que viene a pelear, un peleador que viene a dejarlo todo, a dejar todo esa noche ahí, la noche más grande de mi carrera. Comencé boxeo a los 6 años. Pienso que lo que están apoyándome, pienso que no lo voy a decepcionar. Sí, que esto sea una gran pelea. Le vamos a regalar una gran pelea a todos los fanáticos. Quiero mandarle un mensaje especialmente a los cubanos. Esta lucha va dedicada a todos los hombres y mujeres que quieren un cambio para nuestro país. Todos los hombres y mujeres que cada día luchan por la libertad de nuestro país. Esta lucha, voy a luchar con el corazón para dedicarle esa lucha a ese pueblo cubano con deseo de un cambio, a todos los hombres y mujeres que están luchando por la libertad de nuestro país.
All right, thank you very much, Dennis. And for Manny Pacquiao, the 8th Division World Champion, looking to once again take hold of his WBA Welterweight Championship as he takes on the champion, Dennis ÚGAS. Manny, your thoughts as you get set to collide against Dennis ÚGAS 10 days from now.
Thank you for this opportunity to promote the fight. I'd like to say to the fans, please watch this fight. Don't miss it. It's going to be a good fight. I'm not taking lightly for ÚGAS. ÚGAS is he's a good fighter, and he's aggressive. I'm sure we can create more action in the ring and make the fans happy. And don't miss it. It's going to be a good fight, and I hope to see you in Vegas on August 21. Thank you, everyone, and to all the media, press, for always supporting and promoting boxing.
Thank you very much to Dennis ÚGAS and Manny Pacquiao, the 8th Division World Champion. Thank you to the media, and thank you to all the PR members and all the members of the promotional staff involved. We appreciate it, and we will see you next week in Las Vegas for Manny Pacquiao going head-to-head against Dennis ÚGAS on Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view. Have a great rest of your afternoon, and we'll see you next week in the fighting capital of the world.
SEYER, en los puños de los campeones, desde 1930.